We're going to go in and do the full volume curling iron. So we're just going to brush our blow dry. We're going to go in starting at the nape area. So I'm just going to pin the bottom down here and put the rest out of the way. And then we're going to work our way up so we can place on top of our curl and we don't have to worry about pinning our curls as we go. You're going to use your 1-inch curling iron. You're going to go in. Your shell is on top. You're going to make sure your ends are getting fed right in to the very end. You're going to roll it up. So in, right to the end, roll it up, protect either with your hand, with your comb. 1, 2, 3, take it out. You're going to go proceed to the next row over on this side, and we're going to do all around the hairline like that. So 1, 2, 3, take it out. I'm going to go into the side here. I can just move this hair out of the way. I'm going to grab this just like we did with our blow dry. So we're going to go around and we're just going to secure our curl all the way around the hairline. Go in here. If the blow dry is done well, all the curling iron is doing is adding some more support in there. So it's giving it a little bit more volume. So again, her bang was coming forward. We're going to go in. We're going to curl that down this way. We're going to go all the way around this hairline. So again, you want to only take what fits in your curling iron. And we just want to do that hairline, that 1 inch of hairline, because the rest of it is going to go back. So we don't take all of it. I just want to grab about 1 inch where we blow dried it going around. We're just, really the iron is to polish that cuticle down nice and smooth so that heat makes it nice and shiny, finishing it off and giving it a little bit more bounce. We're going all the way to the bottom here. So we're just doing the back side panel in here. Again, smoothing that hair out slowly. So think of it as a straightening iron here, and now we're going to wrap up those ends because you want it to be nice and polished. And rolling it up, 1, 2, 3, and then going and joining it into the back where we started off. Then we're going to work our way up. So I'm going to take the next little bit of hair. We're going to do 2 rows just going down. So there's my first row. Here's my second row, which takes me just about to my occipital bone. So the bump in the back of the head, that's where we want to go, halfway. I'm going to take this section. I'm also going to curl it down. So I'm just going to take that hair. I've already done the underneath layer. I'm going to grab what I haven't curled yet. I'm also going to curl that down and roll it in. I'm going to take that, just going to curl that down, polish it off. So it's nice and smooth on both sides. And then we're going to start going in from the center. So I'm just going to curl both sides on the edge just to blend that right into there. Everything else is going to go into the center. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to go find the center back right down the middle, put a part in it. I'm going to clip this hair out of the way so I know where I'm starting in the back so you can see a part right down the middle. I'm going to go in. I'm going to use my curling iron vertically. So I'm going to part it just like we did the blow dry. I'm going to take this section here. So I'm really not above that horseshoe area. I'm just curling the side of the head. So I don't want to be doing the top right now. I'm just at the side. I'm going to hold it vertically, get my ends in. 1, 2, 3, take it out. I can even go in if I want and just lightly pin this out of the way so I'm not touching the top. So think about that horseshoe area if you want. You can just hold this out of the way, and we're going to go vertical, supporting this with a curling iron all the way up to, but not doing that front hairline because the front hairline was going forward. So we're going to pull this out. We're going to smooth those ends in. We're going to roll it up. 1, 2, 3, slide it out. 1, 2, 3, letting it sit like that. So I really have, I can see coming down here, all of this is going in here. And then I'm going to go do the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to save the top for the last bit. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to match it on the other side. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to curl it vertical going into the center. So now I'm going to go the opposite direction. So away from the face and into the center, back, holding it with the right to the ends. 1, 2, 3, getting it to stay, sliding it out. I'm going to take my next vertical section, smooth it out with my comb, feed my ends in, making sure it goes right into the shell, holding it, 1, 2, 3, taking it out, 1, 2, 3. You should see nice vertical rolls going both ways. Now we're going to take down the top area, and what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to go right down the center and we're going to curl. I just want to leave the hairline, so the hairline is curled going forward. Everything else though is going to go back. So I can take this, I'm going to comb this, and again, I'm only going to take 2 to 3 inches. I want to go in with my curling yarn. I'm going to smooth out those ends. I want to roll it right to the scalp. I'm going to put my comb underneath. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make sure the heat is coming through, and I want it to stay right on top without a split. I'm going to go do the next row. I'm going to get 3 to 4 rows going right across the top area. I'm going to turn her sideways so you can see. So I've got 1, 2, 3 rows going there. Take that out. I'm going to go right just past the crown here. Again, right out to the ends, rolling it up and into there. I'm going to go one more just because there's a space here, so I want to blend this in. So I'm going to grab where there's a flat spot. I'm going to go curl just past the round of the head to the horseshoe area. In there. Now I've got a gap. I don't know if you can see that from the video, but tight curl, and then a gap. So I actually want to pick up a little bit of both, and I want to connect them. So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to wrap it back. 1, 2, 3. Next row, here's there and there. I'm going to pick up a little bit of both. I'm going to go in. I'm going to connect those two. So right at that horseshoe or round part of the head, I just want to connect that curl. I'm going to pick up the next one in between the two. And I'm just going to make sure it's curled. Otherwise, you're going to have curl on top. It's going to be flat at the turn of the head on the round part, and then it's going to be curl. So we want to make sure here I've got curl, here I've got curl. I need to go right in the middle. I'm going to grab that section. I'm going to curl in between. I'm going to make sure my ends are nice and smooth. Roll it down. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to check in the front. Go right into here and check. And get it to join. So I want it to be a nice flow from the top all the way into the side. So we've got nice curl there. I'm going to go do the other side. So the other side, same thing. There's curl underneath here, and there's curl on the top, but we're missing this section here. So you want to go in, and you're going to connect the two. So I grab a little bit of what I've done at the bottom, a little bit of what I've done on the top. I'm going to connect that, smooth that out. 1, 2, 3. Feel the heat, and connect it. And let it heat up, then take it out. I've got one more section right in here I want to do. I want to create lots of curl, so I want to make sure everything's joining and there's no flat spots or holes anywhere. I'm going to go in there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm going to go just add a little bit more on the top because it's falling, so I want to go in. I want to heat this up. Make sure it's good and make sure it's connected on both sides. So 1, 2, 3. And that is it for curling. Then you're going to take your fingers, your magic tool, and you're going to break it up. So you've got lots of curl all over. You're going to take your fingers, you're going to pull it all back, and then you're just going to pull the hairline down all the way around. You want to pull it all back all the way. If you have a pick, you can use a light pick. All you want to do is you want to create that volume and get it to stay. So you take the hair and you can lightly back comb it, fluff it up with your fingers. to get that volume and break up that curl. So again, breaking it up, getting so it's like a wide tooth comb, breaking it up, and then placing it out. You want to have big hair on top using your fingers. So again, I'm going to use my fingers to break up that hair, and then I'm going to polish it a bit. So use your fingers to give it a little bit of lift. You're going to pull the bang down. We have that kind of falling off to the side here. I'm going to pull this down on the side because it was coming around her face. Now you can see when we curl this back, but yet we did the perimeter, it kind of frames around the ear there. I'm going to pull her bang down. I'm going to go do the same on the other side. So I'm going to make sure it comes right around and in here. I'm going to go in and lift if there's a hole. So when we talked about silhouette, this silhouette should be really nice and round. So as I went through and I lifted with my curling iron, used my fingers, I should get lots of volume in the top. And again, hairspray would be ideal for when we're finishing her off. For your test when we're in the salon area, we'll use hairspray, but for shearing our mannequins and washing it at home, we don't want to use hairspray. So I'm just going to piece together the hair the best I can in here. I have hairspray at home. I would go in and just lightly hold it in the top so I get full volume. Do I have a nice round shape? So I want to see, do I have it round? Am I looking at the perimeter? Do they match on the sides? So again, is it coming all around here and framing her face, framing her face? She's got a sort of wispy bang coming forward. She's got lots of volume happening in here. So again, we're looking, does it have a nice round shape? It's not flat back here, so we want it nice and big. So it should be round this way when you're using your mirror and you're checking her out. Nice and big and full. So I'm just going to check her out in my mirror. Here, and again, I put like 2 little bits of hairspray on it, but you don't want to really use a lot of hairspray or any hairspray if you have to go do another assignment after. And you got to pass these mannequins on to the next person, so we don't want any hairspray in there, okay? So I'm going to look at the side. Does it look nice and full and balanced? I'm going to look at the front. Is it balanced on both sides? Do I have nice height and volume? Does it have a nice round shape on top? And how is the back? So you can see that it's going into the center with lots of curl. You're going to take a picture and you're going to post your curling iron.